Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you can't tell what today is, I'm doing an eyeshadow palette declutter. I haven't done one in a while and I'm actually in the middle of moving right now, and I wanted to declutter some palettes because I feel like I have too many. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I do this in batches, so this isn't everything, but I just want to go through it piece by piece because I feel like it's too much to just put them all out at once. So I'm gonna do it in batches. And also, sorry, this setup is just so messy. I literally just laid a towel out on my floor and I want it to just be by the window, so I hope you guys don't mind the shoddy setup for my declutters today. I'm also going to try not to ramble because I am trying to pack right now, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about each palette. So I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna declutter and let's get on into it. I hope you guys are excited. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy declutters and let's get on into it. Alright guys, so to start off, I already see some things that I know I don't really want to keep. So the first one that I have here is the Face Candy Sugar Palette. This is from Shop Hush. It's a dupe of the Peach, what is it called? Peach palette. And I don't see the need to have both. This palette is good, but I feel like I never reach for it, to be quite honest. If I already have the peach palette, and of course I do dupe videos, so that's why I have a lot of the dupes, but I do think I'm going to declutter this one. It is super cute. I just feel like having both is just a little bit repetitive, so I'm going to declutter this. Next we have the Bad Habit Athena palette. Really like this palette. It's a dupe for the Huda Beauty. I do have the Huda Beauty one, but this one I like, so I'm going to keep this. Did get a little messed up over here, but I like this one. Here's a palette I never used. I have not touched this in a while, but I do like this palette. I like the colors. This highlighter's glittery but really pretty. This is from like years ago, the Graveyard Girl and Tarte collab. And it is a little bulky, which I do not like, but the packaging is really cool, so I'm gonna, I guess, keep it as a keepsake. This palette, I love the colors, but the pigmentation is just not that great. But it's sad because I love the shade selection in here. I just wish the pigmentation was better. I guess I will keep it for now because I still want to play with that hot pink, but it is a little bit disappointing. Deck of Scarlet collab. They don't make these like permanent, so I don't really see the need to keep this. I really liked this lip color, but I know I'm not going to use these shades. They are good quality, but I'm going to declutter it. I feel like this has been in all my eyeshadow palette declutters. It's the Stila in the Light palette. I feel when I look at this, all the colors are just blending into one. I've had this for so long, so it's time to finally declutter this. I've held onto it for way too long. Next is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Love these colors, and I still feel like I want to play with this even more, so I am definitely not getting rid of this. It is a bit of a heavy palette, but it's nice quality, so it's not like a junky palette. It's beautiful packaging. I love Urban Decay eyeshadows. Definitely keeping this. Here's a Milani eyeshadow palette. I love this palette. I'm so sad too. The shades broke. I think one of my cats knocked it over. Actually 3 shades broke, but the highlighters are gorgeous. Love the colors in here. Such good quality. Definitely keeping this. Highly recommend. Here's a Milani palette that I am not keeping. It is a really cute palette. It's called Bare Necessities, but with the other new Milani palettes, I just feel like I'm not going to reach for this. I do love this shade over here, but I do have other shades like it. So with their new formula, I don't really see the need to keep this old one, but I'm not saying it's a bad palette. It's still really good. The Bad Habit Royals palette. It's a dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I'm not in love with this palette, so I'm going to declutter it. It's good if you want the dupe, but I just feel like I love Modern Renaissance so much that I'm never going to reach for the dupe. Next up, we have the Profusion Mixed Metals Peach palette. This is so pretty. I really like all the colors. I just feel like I haven't reached for this enough because it's been hidden away in this box I have over here, but I do want to give this another shot, so I will keep it. Dream palette from Prism Makeup. This is owned by Juno & Co. They make that microfiber sponge, so it's a dupe for, I think it's the White Peach palette, which is nice because I don't actually own that palette. The shades are pretty good. They're not like amazing because it's like a $5 palette, but it's still pretty good for like a decent dupe palette, so I guess I will keep that. Bad Habit Midsummer Night Dream palette, and you get tons of colors in here. It's a dupe for the, I think it was the Too Faced Natural Love palette, so just like a lot of neutral shades. It is really pretty. I like all the pink tones, and I played with this a couple times, but I guess I will keep this guy. Really good palette if you just want some neutrals. Okay, then we have the Bad Habit Retro Love palette. This is a dupe for Subculture. I do really like the Retro Love palette. It's really nice quality. The shimmers are super creamy and buttery. Like, look when you dip your finger in, like they're really nice. Yeah, I really like this, so I will keep this one. Then we have all the After palettes from Bad Habit. So I have literally all of them. So this is the deeper smoky one. I will keep that. Then we have After Charge, which is this one. These are all dupes for Huda Beauty palettes, by the way. I really love the colors in this one. They're like jewel tones, so I'll keep that. This one is really pretty too. This is After Dark. It says it on the front. I'm like, why can't I find the name? After Dark, really pretty warm tones. We have Afterglow. Also love these colors. I really like these palettes. Okay, then we have this one. Love this one too. After Hours. I like having all these dupes because I don't own these Huda Beauty palettes. This is the colorful one, Aftershock, which I feel like, am I ever going to reach for this? But you know what? I just dropped it. I don't have a lot of these colors, so if I want something bright, I feel like one colorful palette, and I like that it's small. I feel really good about this first declutter. I'm getting rid of all these palettes, and I'm happy about it. I feel better already. Alright, second set here, I have the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions, which I've only played with about like one time, but I'm definitely keeping it because I just got it and I still want to play with it more. Of course, keeping my Norvina palette. I love this so much. You can tell how much I play with this. I really love the shimmers in here, so that's definitely a keep. I also have the Anastasia Sultry palette, which I've also really been enjoying. Definitely keeping that. It's just a collector's edition because the packaging is so pretty. So love the Naked Cherry palette from Urban Decay. Definitely a favorite. I love all the shades. I use this a ton. I love all these colors down here. Definite keep. The Bad Habit Pretty Poison palette. Love these colors. I love all the purples. Such a fun palette. I love the shade Femme Fatale. That is a definite hold on to. Also have the Bad Habit Luna. This is a dupe for this guy right here. So I'll just show you guys both of them. It is a dupe, and I do really enjoy this one as well, so I will keep it for like comparison and stuff like that. Then this is another Shop Hush. This is their collab with Amber Scholl. Love this palette. The shimmers are so nice. They're like literally like a pressed pigment. I use this in a video on my channel. Really like this palette. And then this guy right here is newer. It's from PYT Beauty. It's really cute, and I love how they put my name on it, and I hate to get rid of it for that purpose, but I just feel like I'm not going to use these colors. I do love the message behind the brand, that it's like clean beauty, and I love that. I just feel like I'm not going to use the palette, which is sad, but it's called the No BS Eyeshadow Palette, and it is, I mean, it is pretty, but I'm gonna let it go. This is from a brand called Douce, which I don't think many people have heard of, but everything's magnetized and you can customize blushes, highlighters, and then these are all eyeshadows. I got this from Beauty, what is it called? Gen Beauty Creator Day. I just haven't played with it too much. The highlighter is really pretty, and the shades are nice too. The blushes, I like that you can customize. I have to play with it a little bit more. It's a bit like on the heavy side. It's like nice packaging. Okay, next set of palettes. We have the Dream Gazing palette by the Beauty Crop. Love this palette, and it's online only, I believe. You can only get it on their website, but love the colors in here. It's a really cute palette too. We have the Cult Mania palette from Bad Habit, and I think this is Shop Hush. Yeah. Beautiful colors. Love these. These are dupes for Pat McGrath. So holding on to that. Definitely check them out. The creams are so nice, and I really like the color scheme in here. Then we have this palette from Profusion. I have a lot of their palettes. This was one I did not like. I didn't find the pigmentation to be nice, and I really struggled with it, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. This is one of my favorite Profusion palettes. It's amazing. This is a Sienna's palette. It's only about $10. Highly recommend this if you like these shades like I do, these warm tones, which are very popular. Then definitely get this one. It's so affordable and it's so good. This is a palette I haven't played with too much, but it's the Carity Picante palette. Again, kind of actually similar to the Sienna's palette, like a lot of the same tones, but this is really pretty too. I want to play with this a bit more, so I will hold on to it. Chic palette from Profusion, and I feel like I'm not going to use this. It's so pretty. I just feel like, again, I'm not going to use it. Oh, It's such a shame. I really like this like a multi-palette, and I think this is good for like a beginner in makeup, but I'm going to declutter this. I have the Naturals palette from Profusion. If I can open it. Okay, there we go. This is the Naturals palette from Profusion. Trying to think if I want to keep this one. I feel like this is another one that I'm just not going to reach for. Ooh. I'm going to declutter it. I feel like I'm not going to reach for it, and I feel like the colors that I like, there's similar ones in here. So this is a palette from Profusion. I just tried this one out, and it's from their holiday collection. It has the pretty gold sparkle. Really enjoyed this one. I like the colors in here. I just decluttered from that stash, got rid of some Profusion palettes, and kept the ones that I like. Next batch, this is the Bad Habit Arabesque palette. Love this one. It's a dupe for Soft Glam, which I don't own, so that's why I'm going to keep this. This is the Urban Decay Beached Eyeshadow Palette. Love this one too. Love the pops of blue and then the warm tones. And the packaging is super cute too. So going to keep this. I haven't reached for this in quite a bit. The Too Faced Chocolate Gold Palette. It is so beautiful. It has really pretty rich tones. Going to keep this, but again, I really don't reach for it too much, but it is a really nice palette. Okay, so then I have the ColourPop Element of Surprise Palette. I love this one too. I don't want to let it go. I do feel like really overwhelmed right now by all these eyeshadow palettes, but I'm remembering why I love so many of them. So this one I am going to keep. I don't have too many ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. One of my favorites, but it's now I think discontinued. It's the It's the Carly Bible and BH collab. Love the shades, love the highlighters. I use all these colors. Definitely going to keep this, even though you really can only get it at like TJ Maxx now. This is my Coastal Scents little like magnetized guy. I really like all the Coastal Scents hot pots. They kind of push down a little bit. These are all like blushes and then bronzers, and then this is like a highlighter. But I really like these. They're only about $1 or $2. So I'm going to keep this. Melissa Michelle and Ulta collab palette. You can tell I definitely used the shades, and this palette was definitely loved. I don't use this. The blush is pretty, but I mainly use the eyeshadows, and it's so hard for me to get rid of this because I love these colors. So I might hold on to it for a little bit. This is the Tarte, I think it's like, what is this called? Clay Play, but they came out with a new one after this. But again, lots of pretty neutral shades. I really like this for a smoky eye. Then we have the Carity Nudes and Rudes palette. I like this one. Haven't played with it in a while. Dang, this is tough. I guess I will keep it. I'll keep it and see if I play with it. Lorac Mega Pro 3. Oh, I haven't used this in so long, but I hate to get rid of it because I love Lorac eyeshadows. Total favorite, Modern Renaissance. Never getting rid of this because I love it, and even though my color broke, but I love this palette so much. It's a classic. Subculture, I never use this. I do think the colors are really interesting and funky. I just really don't reach for it that much, but I think it is a fun palette. Guys, next batch of palettes. This is my Naked stash. We have all of them. Naked, this is so old. Original Naked. I feel like I don't ever use this, so to keep it, I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know, like I love the shade Virgin. I just feel so bad getting rid of it because I've had it for so long. Oh, you guys, what do I do with this? I guess, should I keep it? It's probably so old too. Then we have ooh, the mirror fell out. Okay, well there's that. Naked 2, another one that I used to be obsessed with. I don't know, you guys, I feel bad getting rid of them, and I used to love Naked 3 as well. All these colors kind of blend into one. So I am, though, definitely getting rid of this one, Naked Smoky. I'm not going to use it. Packaging is super cute. It looks like the cherry one, but I'm going to declutter it. This is the Sweetest palette from Beauty Creations. It's so cute. I love the packaging. Such a fun palette, but I'm going to declutter it because I know I'm not going to use it. We have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This is an OG. Have to keep this one because I love the chocolate bar palettes. This e.l.f. palette, I'm going to declutter this. It's Mad for Matte. I just don't like the colors in here, and I won't use it. MAC palette. This is so old. All these colors I loved so much, and I feel like I should keep this just because it's like memories. And then this is another like MAC palette, but then there's also Makeup Geek in here and some NYX. So it's just like random stuff I put magnets on the back of. I think I'm going to get rid of like some of the colors in here, like ones that I don't use. I don't know, like this is really old MAC shadows. What's this color? I'm not gonna like use a lot of these. These are like throwing me back. Dazzle Light. I like these colors. I'm not gonna use. I'm decluttering inside the palette, if that makes sense. Then we have Lorac Pro palettes. We have the second one. Is this the second one? I think so. And then we have the original one, which looks like a disaster. I'm gonna declutter this actually because I'm not gonna use this. And yeah, it's time to go. We're getting rid of you. Here's a random straggler. This is the Artistry palette from Bad Habit. I will keep this. It's a dupe for the Makeup Mario palette with Anastasia. This palette is, what is this? Makeup Revolution Unicorn Love. I did a review on this way back on my channel. I'm actually going to declutter this because I don't use it, and we're saying goodbye. Then we have these two guys over here. What is this? This is the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. Like, what's the deal with this palette? I feel like it looks like a hot mess. So this is just chilling. I don't really know what to do with this. Like, am I going to use it? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to declutter it. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Definitely going to keep this. I really like this one. I feel so much better that I finally got rid of some stuff, even some old like high-end stuff. We are saying goodbye. All right, guys, next round. This is the most messy declutter ever. It's just because I'm trying to rush to do this so I can finish all my packing. Hope you guys don't mind. Okay, so this is the ColourPop Cute AF palette. Love this. Keeping that. Elf. What is this? Oh, this guy. This is Mad for Matte too. I do like this palette. I think it's really cute. Should I keep it? I guess I'll keep it for like drugstore looks. And then we have this Stellar palette. This is a cute palette. I'm not obsessed with it. I honestly am leaning towards decluttering this. This is a higher end brand from Sephora. They make some really nice products. Should I keep it? I guess I'll give it another try. This is a Flower Beauty palette. This is like just a neutral eyeshadow palette. Shimmer and Shade eyeshadow palette. You know what? I'm going to declutter this. It's a nice palette. I just don't think I'm going to get use out of it. Tartelette in Bloom palette. Ooh! I do like this one. It's good for like doing makeup on others, so I'm going to keep it. The NYX Earth palette. I think this one has like nice shades. Oh, this is pretty. Alright, I'll keep it. It's pretty. Little guy, Naked Petite Heat. This is good for travel. Going to keep it. The old Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. Do I need it? I use this color a lot in like tutorials. I guess I'll keep it. Shouldn't. This is the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. They don't sell it anymore, but I feel like it's just a collector's item and it smells so good. We have the Face Candy Atlantis palette. This was that dupe for the Tarte palette. It's all these blues and greens. Don't really have these shades in my collection, especially like these down here, so I will keep it for that purpose. We have the new Natural Eyes palette, which I really like. Gonna keep that. Packaging is so beautiful. We have this Dose of Colors Ice Cream palette. This is such a cute palette. I don't think they make it anymore though. The Master palette by Mario. Again, they don't make this anymore, but I feel like it would be a shame to get rid of it. I have this little YSL palette, which I think I used like once. I just feel bad getting rid of it because it's YSL. I did not pay for it. It was gifted. I don't know what to do with this. Should I get rid of it? You know what? Ugh, I'm gonna declutter it. It's so cute, but I'm not gonna use it. To get rid of stuff, I have too much. Okay, this is the Balm Nude Beach. I love this palette. I'm gonna keep it. This is so old, but I do really love this palette. It's the Morphe and Kathleen Lights. Oh my gosh, this is so old, but I love it. This is the Christmas in New York Too Faced Merry Macaroons palette. I really like this one, and I use this shade as a highlight, so I don't want to get rid of it. It's the Bad Habit Inferno palette. This one's good as well as a dupe for Naked Heat. Then we have the Bad Habit Aura palette, which was a dupe for that. I think it's called Prism, and I don't own that palette. And the shimmers in here are insanely beautiful. Then we have the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Definitely keeping this because this was very expensive. I used a gift card to get it, but I'm definitely going to keep this one. I really like it. I'm also getting rid of this entire pile. So this is everything I got rid of. I feel really good about it. I feel like I did a good job and I feel so much better now. I just have too much stuff and I'm always getting new palettes and makeup and stuff, so I feel like this is something that I need to do to kind of clear out my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this declutter video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I love you guys so much. Sorry again that this was super messy, just like on the floor on a towel, but you know, we made it work. So thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.